why you do that? Like that. It's a lot of money. Why are you mad? Like that. Ooh, I'm in my new bag. My bad. You ain't getting too bad. My bad. Yeah. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Ay. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Friday, payday, run it back. Ay. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. Ay. I cop a car, I run it back. Go on your then run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back.
What you need, tell me what you wanna give. How much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver. I'm a believer. Someone better kick my fever. Tell me it's 100 degrees underneath my whole flesh. Everyone tells me it's a bit of a mess. Someone tell the risk I was never at the end. I would never get the off my chest though. I'm forgetful. Someone better tell me I was always on the edge. Overstay your bearings, I would never underestimate. Oh baby, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Oh baby, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Take your eyes off me, don't want to see me when I'm gone. Moral of the story was you're wrong. Everything I gave and everything I lost. Good things come at a cost. I left it on your head, and when you ever overstay it, your thoughts are never everything you wanted when you want. I'ma take it in the head with the sign of the dessert. I'ma leave it on the side. You want to Christ when the breath on this set. Let me speak on behalf of the dead. I'ma leave, I'ma speak. I'm the sick in the head. Come on. Come on. Oh, baby, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Oh, baby, my bets are off.
All right, much appreciated, Coach, as we welcome all of you to our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cleveland Browns and the Indianapolis Colts.
Yellow! There's no 180! Yellow!
Check me out! Check me out!
Check 26! Check 26!
Mahomes now on first down. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
To throw again on second down. Mahomes. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts first down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Now here's Mahomes. Got a man open. It's Sutton.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule.
Attack!
He's checking. Crash.
15.
36.
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
So a first and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 49-yard line. Looking to throw is Mahomes. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the... .35.
That's another Colts first down. First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Mahomes will bring him up first and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. 22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller doing what he does best with a sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Now Mahomes. Over the middle, it's complete.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
15. Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up.
Throwing is Mahomes on third. He completes this to Sutton. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points.
Come on, set. 10-2 stop.
Watch the run. 6 guys. Check 6 guys. 49. Check 49. Check 49.
Hey.
Back.
Fair.
Let's go.
Darius Geis, his first carry of the game. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up, because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Stand up.
Situation. Let's go.
Now a toss. This is Geis.
Go. Run.
He finds an opening past the 40. 27 yards there, a first down. Well, what made that toss out to the right so successful? Because it looked pretty easy.
A belief in the play, an absolute execution by all 11 on the offensive side of the ball. Everyone took care of their assignment, but the reason they did so, every time that play is called, they think it's going to go for big yardage. It's their staple play, and they love to run it.
On first down, this is Geis. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice game there. This one goes for 20. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
3-0 after one on EA Sports.
Ready? 50, plant. 54.
Yeah, let's get set. Check nickel.
Yo, go. Roll out.
Twist. Watch the twist.
Right up.
This is Geis. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Darius Geis, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Browns have taken the lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. It's a give to Freeman running right. He's got the first down and more past midfield. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. A gain of 11 that time and a Colts first down.
Yellow. There's a line. 43.
This is Freeman on first and 10. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. That was Rashad Penny. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Yellow. There's a wide right. Hey, 43, 15.
Check. Lucky. Check your hot read.
Here goes 15.
On 3rd down, Devontae Freeman. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. They have the first down with that gain of 4 yards.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Penny, a first down carry. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Rabbit.
Hey, Red Blitz.
Hey, 1 set. Check, Mike. Echo. Mike 54. Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Mike 54.
Now they'll throw with Mahomes. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
And the drive begins with a run by Geis. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line.
Brought down by Khalil Mack. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Here we go. 60 Pittsburgh.
Exit. Watch the end.
Protein spill. Rock it. Yeah, now.
Throwing his lock on 3rd down. He's got his man here. It's Green. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. A.J. Green, 77 yards. And the Browns are able to strike quickly for 6. McLaughlin now to add the PAT. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And Sutton hauls it in over the middle. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 46-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards.
Let's go, Heavy.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Looking middle, and that's complete. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 30. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Mahomes now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Mahomes to throw once more. He rifles one that's intercepted. And it's Clinton Dix with a pick. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Hard. Kill. Check. Gone. Three. Bang.
They start on the ground with Geis. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Jesse Bates made the tackle from his safety spot.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go, boys. Bring it on. Let's go now.
The Browns drive about to get started. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spend the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
I'm here all day. Look at me. Zipper. 5.
Again, they run. Again, it's Geis. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Let's go. 10 Lobo. Watching it go. Woo! Slam. 61. Matchbox right. Go. Hey, Delta.
Block taking the snap and 1. And able to find Higbee. It's complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17.
Down. 8, read. Check. Watch Leo. Squeeze, double. Go. Set. Get it.
They'll run with Geis. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Check three. Let's go. Ready.
They stay on the ground. Geis again. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there. Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, though, if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Now Geis trying to get to the outside. The All-Pro in 2 positions. Khalil Mack there to make the stop.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Pilot, 64, weak. Hey, Haywood.
Mike 54. Mike 54. I got one.
Hit it.
Now to the air. Lock. That's Cordero Patterson hauling it in. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 19.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D. Watch the safety creep.
6-6, pull it high.
Jim.
Snap.
Now a give, right side, it's Geis. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
You know, it's become cliche, but we have seen it and observed it. When runners have days like what we're seeing right now, they often take their offensive linemen out for steaks afterwards, don't they? They all go buy them dinner, but after a play like that, he might reduce and might go to the corner and just grab a hot dog or two, huh?
Hey, I mean, they've still been blocking for him well in this game. They don't get one mulligan up front.
Okay, so what we're saying then is we're going petite filet instead of porterhouse. How's
8 ounce.
that?
8 ounce is good.
All right, just check it.
Geis with the carry on 2nd down. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Set, ready? 18 Gator.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The offense on 3rd down tonight, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. They'll try and get it with Geis. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I think there's a fatigue factor that's kicking in defensively. You know the will is still strong, but I think the offense is starting to bend it just a little bit, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. It's looked that way. We'll see if they can continue this already strong drive. On the ground, Geis. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Hey, Sam off. Crouch.
On the ground, it's Geis. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal?
Now!
Mike's by 4. Watch the curl.
Lock now on 3rd and goal. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Khalil Mack make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still 8 up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
57, Colin, 57.
Mahomes going to throw. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Juju Smith-Schuster. His 3rd touchdown now on the year as his guys are back within a single score. So that's a really big play here in the 4th quarter. And don't look now. They're right back in this game.
Did it feel to you, as it did to me, that maybe they were a little bit soft in what they were lining up with on defense? Almost like they were protecting the lead rather than trying to make a play.
And now that lead is down to just 1 score.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
The Browns take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it into gear.
And right now, I'm looking directly at the field general, at the quarterback, because to me, he's got to take over right now. By word, pumping his team up, and then, of course, by deed with his play. My high school coach used to say that all the time. Laddie, take over by word and deed.
And deed means action.
Exactly.
Now a handoff. Geis going right. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Look, squeeze. Y'all playing the wrong football. Check 43. Check. Alert 3. Alert 3.
22 jump up. Ready?
Geis. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. And his defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Blue draw Corkers.
50 the mic. 50 the mic.
Rock it.
It's our time.
Yo, go.
From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jackson. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
all you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. This is caught inside the 15. 33 yards that time. Charles, you talk so much about quick change plays. There's one right there. You get the turnover, and boom, hit him with a big one.
And defenses plan for this all the time. They work on it in practice. But in the middle of a game, when that quick change takes place, oftentimes guys aren't as focused as they need to be.
So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. To throw is Mahomes. The quick slant caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A gain of 7 that time. Second and goal.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
Second and goal, and the lone man in the backfield is Freeman. They get it to him running left. And this is not going to do it as he's stopped at the 2-yard line. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. They'll look to run with Freeman. And he takes it in for a Colts score. Devontae Freeman with touchdown number 7 on the year. As they can now tie the game with the extra point here in the final 2 minutes. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away.
Let's go. The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready.
The Browns drive about to get started. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. And he spins past him and into space. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. That one's good for 35 yards on the ground and a first down. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's Geis. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
Ready, 30 base.
Mark 55, Mark 55. Hey, that's what I do.
Snap.
Now a run with Geis. 3 yards is the pickup, but it leaves them still needing 11 here on 3rd down. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. So third down, but you got to think they'd like to get closer, even in a dome with good kicking conditions for a possible field goal.
25, check 25.
Yeah.
Lock to throw. Here we go. This to avoid overtime. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away.
That's it, baby. We gonna work.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Check four. No. Off. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the 57. No.
First throw of overtime for Mahomes. And his throw is incomplete. It was Minkah Fitzpatrick that time to break that one up.
You got to remember, because now that we're in overtime, mistakes get magnified. So you got to walk that line between being aggressive and being careful, because that was a dangerous throw right there. You obviously could not have an interception in this spot.
And nearly was an interception. He's lucky to get that one back. In need of a 3rd and 10 conversion to keep this opening drive of OT alive. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
Watch out. Jack! Slam!
Hey, 57. Yellow.
Shit!
Right side.
And now a 10th carry for Freeman. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
54. He's checking. Crash.
2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. Throwing on 2nd down. Mahomes over the middle, complete. It's Sutton. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. So
a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 48-yard line.
Watch it. Yellow. Safety's creeping.
They run. Devontae Freeman. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
43-yard line.
Wait! Attack! Wait!
You don't want nothing better. Race don't travel. Race don't travel.
Yellow!
He's coming. We got double up. Kill. Turn up. Kill.
Again, they'll run with Freeman. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he takes it all the way down to the 22. A gain there of 21 yards.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
They'll run on first down. It's Freeman. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Now the timeout comes here. In the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner.
Yellow! Oh, hey, Ripley! Yellow!
Check 99. H32AT. Chopper. Check. Fresno.
On second down, Freeman. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Now the timeout comes here in the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to at least get them a lead here in overtime. And Myers able to knock it through. We thought this game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime, and it took the field goal to win it.
And we always pay lip service to how important it is to play defense. And usually we focus on the big offensive pyrotechnics, right? But in this case, they got the ball back on defense, gave themselves a chance, and they capitalized on it with a victory.
And I don't care what distance that field goes from in overtime. The knees are always knocking, but he pushed it through.
Not only that, think about your snapper, your holder. A lot of